We have a story at allthat'sinteresting.com by Marco Margaritov entitled The Legend of the Chronovisor, a time machine hidden in the Vatican. And Marco begins. From the 60s until the 90s, Father Pellegrino Ernetti claimed he helped create a time machine called the Chronovisor, which he used to observe the crucifixion of Christ. The Chronovisor is said to be a device that gives the user the ability to see through time. Though the existence of the Chronovisor has never been proven, a book in 2002 by Vatican priest Father Francis Brunet says otherwise. According to Brunet, the Chronovisor was developed by Father Pellegrino Ernetti, a Benedictine monk. Ernetti allegedly kept the device secret until the early 1960s, when he confided in Brunet and told him that 12 scientists, including famed physicist Enrico Fermi and former Nazi scientist Werner von Braun, helped him to build it. Made of cathode rays, antennae, and metals that received sound and light signals on all wavelengths, the Chronovisor purportedly allowed this team of scientists to document events of the past, including the crucifixion. The machine, therefore, could validate the teachings of the Bible simply by providing a first-hand look into the past. This a picture of Enrico Fermi. The de facto resource on the Chronovisor is Brunet's 2002 book, Le Nouveau Mystère du Vatican. In it, Brunet explains how he met Father Ernetti on a boat ride across Venice's Grand Canal in the early 1960s. Like Brunet, Ernetti was well versed in the history of ancient languages, which made for natural conversation, but soon Ernetti redirected their chat towards science. Brunet had been expounding on the many ways in which the Christian Bible could be interpreted, when Ernetti suggested that he had access to the truth by way of a time-traveling device. Ernetti claimed that he and a group of renowned scientists came together in a mutual quest to uncover the past. One scientist was Fermi, the winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1938. And another was ex-Nazi von Braun, whose work at NASA got America to the moon. Not to mention the Germans, their V rockets. According to Ernetti, the device had several antennae, 3 of which were made of mysterious metals that picked up sound and light waves across their entire respective spectrums. A direction finder on the device was allegedly tuned into the specific era one wanted to view, while a screen displayed it, and a recording device captured the footage. The Chronovisor was thus more of a window into the past than a time machine. Ernetti said it worked like a television, catching echoes from days long gone that had been floating in space the whole time. And he claimed to have seen some astonishing things. Ernetti recounted how he witnessed Marcus Tullius Cicero's speech to the Roman Senate in 63 BC. Ernetti effused his gestures, his intonation, how powerful they were. What flights of oratory. End quote. Ernetti made additional, increasingly bolder claims, such as having observed the crucifixion of Jesus. From the founding of the Roman Empire to the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Ernetti alleged that he and his team had taken a peek into some of the most important events in the Bible. On May 2, 1972, an Italian publication called La Domenica del Corriere published his claim, entitled A Machine That Photographs the Past Has Finally Been Invented. The article covered Ernetti's shocking statements for all of Italy to read. Alongside the admittedly dubious claims, the magazine published an alleged photograph from the Chronovisor that Ernetti claimed captured the Romans crucifying Jesus Christ. The 1972 article also purported that Ernetti had witnessed the Last Supper and kept a photograph of that biblical event for himself as a souvenir. Ernetti maintained until his death in 1994 that the machine had been hidden away by the Vatican in order to safeguard it from falling into the wrong hands. Interestingly, the Vatican decreed in 1988 that anyone using an instrument of such characteristics would be excommunicated. Shortly before he died, Ernetti wrote an open letter adamantly reiterating that the device was real. He claimed that Pope Pius XII forbade us to disclose any details about the device because the machine was very dangerous. It could restrain the freedom of man. As tantalizing as the Chronovisor may sound, many of Ernetti's claims about it have since been debunked. In 1996, Paracelsus magazine issued further critiques of Ernetti's claims. Some say Father Pellegrino Ernetti confessed to having fabricated the whole story before his death in 1994, but this remains hotly contested. With von Braun, Fermi, Ernetti, and Brune now dead, only the intriguing mystery remains. In that sense, the Chronovisor has stood the test of time as a Vatican mystery for the ages. And why did the Vatican decide to issue an advisory against the using of the Chronovisor in 1988?